Hello again. For today's micro adventure, Allie and I are gonna try to find a house that we noticed on Google satellite image. And the interesting thing about this house is there are no roads or ways to access it. It's just a roof, as far as we could tell, that's out in the middle of nowhere with no way to get to it. We've tried to go explore it from the other side, but one side is locked off by a swamp and we couldn't cross on the other side. So now we're trying to approach it from a corporate park down on the other side of it. And of course now it's bordered by a highway that sort of blocks the one side. So we're gonna kind of have to sneak up along the highway to try to get to it. So should be only about a 5-mile hike. We're gonna either end up on the other side at Wawa, or we're gonna come back down to the car here so we don't need to get a ride. So stay tuned. This is good because I thought we might have to walk along the grass of the highway, but I think these woods are fairly easy walking for now. We could just stay in them, stay hidden. Of course, as soon as I say that, it gets thicker. I'm worried that this is marshy, but I'm not sure. It definitely looks like some kind of stream there. Maybe, well, we could keep following this ravine down and maybe we'll get to the other side. Or if this starts getting wet, we could cross over quickly. Yeah, see, it is marshy over there. A little creek going on. So we kind of want to stay this way. I see a bunch of water ahead of us, so I don't know if we're going to be able to cross all that. I think being that the highway is up on a bridge, I think we're going to have to maybe even get up on the highway, Allie. Look. Yeah, we're only about halfway to the turn in, so I think we got to make our way that way, try to find a way around. It'd be cool to see what's under that bridge. There really doesn't seem to be any way to get to that side without crossing on the road. So that's gonna suck a little bit. Maybe we can get down to close to the bridge so when we cross it's like minimal time we're on the bridge. Woohoo! Safe. These pine needles are a little slippery. Just a little creepy. I would like to get off the highway in case somebody comes by, like a state trooper, you know?
Yeah.
Maybe we should go down a little bit. Just so we're out of sight. We could walk along this fence line, probably. Maybe you'll find a hubcap for your car down here. A hubcap. So this is still marshy here. A lot of garbage. All right, fence line doesn't look like the easiest hiking. Although, I'm wondering if, like, just even though it's on a slope, it might be a little easier. I try not to slip again, though. Looks like another one of these little marsh pools here, but on the other side of this is where we want to get to. Okay. Well, literally we can just walk right across. The road should be somewhere over here that we want to get to, so I say we just walk across to kind of get in those woods and then see where to go. All right, so now we're on the main road and it's not quite overgrown yet. And you know, this will take us right up to the area we want. Nice smooth walking. Okay, well, maybe not smooth walking. So the one good thing that these down trees tell us is that this road isn't used very frequently. So that's good news. So with all these trees blocking our path, we don't really have to worry about somebody coming up behind us in a vehicle. They could catch us on foot. That may not be too hard. We're not super fast walkers, but at least we don't have to worry about any kind of vehicles. It also adds to the mystery of this house. Nobody's using this house. My theory is that it was cut off when they built 288, the highway here. And when they did that, they just left this building out there. Also in these woods, we've found in the past an old, I assume it's like a 1930s type of truck. But obviously, nature has mostly reclaimed. And some kind of structure next to it that has collapsed. Maybe a garage or a shed. So this will be interesting to see. We can't find what this abandoned building, abandoned so far, the assumption of abandoned building is all about. Some kind. Looks like it's got a tower of some kind. It's got a radio signal of some kind. Well, looks like some kind of shed. But we're not going to mess with it. We're just going to keep on keeping on. Now this is just starting. This is a good time of year to do this little micro adventure because you can just see it's just starting to like grow in. If we were to come back here in the summertime, I mean, this would all be tall grass. We'd really be struggling to get through here. Never mind probably picking up all the ticks. So
That's a turtle.
we got a turtle, a tweedle.
Come here, Stinky.
Can you tell what kind?
It's a box turtle.
Box turtle.
I can't tell if it's a male or a female though because his head is all the way in there.
It's really our first little experience of wildlife out here.
Don't know why you're in a puddle. You're a tortoise, but whatever.
Enjoy your puddle, tortoise. It's always about figuring out how to get around these little swamps in the middle of the road. Hey, look, another nice big feather, Allie. That one's in good condition. I think we might have to go over to those rocks in the woods and cross over. There's a lot moving around in here. When I move, you move. Probably tadpoles. What do you think?
Probably.
All right, to the rocks. Or maybe even just to the side here. It might be narrow enough right here. At least the deer think so. Nothing but straight road ahead. We're actually surprisingly marshy up here. There's a lot of runoff areas that go down to a bigger, larger body of water that we can see to our right. And of course, I guess the last big ice storm this winter brought these trees down. They're still alive, they're just bent over and in different directions. All right, we can just step over them easy. So we're still on this road, just heading up north. We're about halfway to our midpoint destination where we'd like to stop and have lunch. It's a little bit more overgrown than when we first started, so, but still smooth and easy walking relatively, although we keep seeing these large, almost human-sized poops, but they have, I think there might be a bear in the area. There was some fur in there as well, so I'm not exactly sure. I'm not a poop expert, but it's just large, like almost, you could think it was human, although humans don't usually poop in the middle of the trail out here, so. And they usually don't have fur stuck in it as well. But if anybody knows, let me know if you recognize what kind that is. So we have signs of human habitation here with the chainsaw. Somebody's been through here. Can't really tell how long ago. Maybe if we can get across. Ooh.
What, tick?
Yeah, first little tick. I'm wondering if this little road we're seeing up here isn't the way around it. Watery way. Or more just right into it. Yeah, I mean, someone's gone through this section, but it doesn't look like we're going to. Looks like they used a four-wheeler of some kind. Well, I don't know. Might be able to. Kinda, sorta? What do you think, Allie? Hey, hey, hey. Get that. Stick to the dry ground. Hopefully this is all dry ground here. It's a little muddy. I'm not sinking in a ton. I am sinking in. Ugh. Maybe I need to go up on the edge here. Maybe just through these woods. That little guy was just on my face. You can see all the little black tadpoles. I'm sure they'll start moving if I get close. You can get a nice little field of yellow flowers to walk through. We have come to this sort of large creek. I think we could jump across maybe right over here, Allie. Look how narrow that is. There's actually a route right here you could walk right over. Oh, she got over the harder way. Well, that's interesting.
Someone's starting a bridge.
I like their idea here. Just wasn't complete. This is a little wobbly. Well, I couldn't get my camera out fast enough, but we did just see a raccoon on trail. I don't know if a raccoon is large enough to make those doo-doos. I would think they would look more like a cat or a small dog, but he spotted us before I could get my camera up, so he ducked off into the woods. We're starting to get to this point where we want to turn in, trying to get over to this building. So we are going to cross this stream and then head off into the woods. Fortunately, that's an easy one. Tell you what, being out front, I am getting a little bit, I'm getting all the spider webs for you, Allie. Okay, so we're just trying to figure out which way to go. I think we need to point ourselves down a little bit more. And unfortunately, it's a little more green and lush over here. So, not as easy walking. But At least they're not prickers. So we did get on what appears to be an old road. Now I can see that that area over there is flagged. So it hasn't been too long since somebody else has been here. However, this old road should take us up to this pond. I could see it already. And hopefully the pond would take us around to the house. Once we can cross over. Well, what's flagged is this creek over here. It's actually flowing out of this pond. It's a little wet over here. We'll see if we can't walk around. Almost looks like I see a hard hat. Yeah, that looks like maybe it floated here, that it wasn't just dropped there. But definitely a nice pond here. Now it's just my assumption that whatever structure is up here, whatever household structure is up here, would have access to this pond. So we're going to keep following this pond around on this side and see if we can't locate where, oh, maybe we won't. Maybe the road ends here. Maybe we got to head back into the woods. Yeah, I think maybe we can keep going. God, so many tires back here. I'm not sure, that looks like some kind of trailer hitch. Tractor of some kind, or another thing that grinds things up and spits it out. Not exactly sure what. Looks like an old tractor of some kind. Very old tractor. So I'm gonna quiet down for a little while just in case there's a lot of junk here. So while I don't believe there's anywhere to get over here, we just want to make sure we're not alone, or we are alone, before we start making too much noise here. I do see a building up here, so I'm gonna bring out my phone and film the rest here. So we found a little something here over in the woods. I just happened to look over and see that what appears to be maybe a refrigerator or something just opened up. It's an oldie.
Two entire fridges.
Admiral.
Three entire fridges.
3 fridges. This is where everybody brought their fridges to die. And a dishwasher? Is that a dishwasher?
I think it might be.
Okay, so somebody's bringing their stuff. Dishwasher would be a little later on. I don't know what year dishwashers were invented. But that's a hot point right there. Another old fridge. So we got a dumping ground here for stuff. It'd be interesting to know what this land was before it was woods, because now it is just woods. Some kind of container. is the hood of a car, an old one. So, no real identification that I can see. Lots and lots of tires, including one that may have been here for a little while. I think at some point that tree will win. This looks like an old sawmill or something, or some kind of. Something that grinds things up and then spits them out. Okay. We are getting fairly close to that house that I saw. Here's an old vehicle, maybe a van of some kind. Oh, there's the door. Another old vehicle of some kind. Oh, signs of human habitation here with a barbed wire fence. All right, let's see if this house is close by. Okay, so I don't know if you could see, but right through the trees there is a structure still standing. And a lot of sign of it being a dump for a lot of things. Old washing machines or
Stuck on like deer poop.
deer
Big
poop?
solid thing of deer poop.
Huh. Gotta watch where I'm stepping. Look at that old fan. Some glass. How do we get through here, Allie? That might be the structure I've been seeing. It does not look recently visited. But you never know. There's some tank or something down there. Okay. I don't see anybody in there. So I kind of wonder, I think that might be, I'll have to check my map, but I'm pretty sure this would be it, or a very recent neighbor. I mean, it's amazing that this structure's still up. Hey, Allie, I think we found some tadpole jars.
Tadpole jars. Do they have lids?
Yes, they do. it's a nice old bottle. Duraglass.
Nurset.
Nurset.
Mead
Shake
Johnson
well.
Laboratories.
So how old is Duraglass? About 1941. Jeez. What one was that one?
Nurset Mead Johnson. Mead Johnson Laboratories, Nurset.
They were for babies. Baby bottles.
That's what I thought when I first saw it. But I wasn't thinking like human babies. I was thinking like...
Well, it doesn't look that old.
1988.
Here we go, look at this one. Old license plate. It actually had a year on it. Virginia, 1970, I think it says. Up in the corner there. 1988, you said?
1988. There's also this one. There's a saw. You need a saw?
Don't need old vintage saw. Hey, more of these bottles. Look, I think this is Duraglass. Very similar to that one.
Yeah.
No, it's not. It's just similar. I don't know what it is. 1988 was the last time we could verify that somebody was here. I want to put this bottle with this bottle because they're both kind of nice. So according to my GPS, this little thing is not the house. We still have more to explore. Maybe that's where we'll have our lunch. Now here we go. We got a satellite dish up there. They're living large over here. All right, so we're seeing our first peek of the actual house up here. We are apparently on the driveway. Someone doesn't like Anna's skull. Another tick. Fourth one. Be very careful where you step, just in case rotted floors, you know?
Yeah.
Dog crate. Don't need a dog crate. Looks like nature's started to come in a little bit.
You need an old painting? A photograph? Of Jesus, I believe?
What, there, is it signed? What is that? Presented by Leper Mission.
The whole couch and everything?
I mean, the way that it's ripped up, I kind of feel like an animal has ripped it up, you know?
Probably. Found the bathroom.
Oh, did you come up these stairs here?
Yeah. It's really creepy.
I can't really see.
It's really creepy.
Without a flashlight there. Here we go.
Can you turn on the flash on your camera?
Well, I don't think it'll work. Let me see.
Is that the bathroom?
Yeah, there we go. Nice.
I found a stove, a bunch of magazines. You want
I mean,
a basket?
this looks like a volleyball net. Here.
My big basket.
And there's
Or
the facilities. The facilities here. And bathtub.
this looks like it would still work. That looks like it would still work. So nicely intact on the inside. This is fun. I'm gonna keep this basket. This basket's mine now.
You gonna carry that all the way out?
Uh-huh.
Okay. Now this is 1993 family picnic.
This is my haunted basket.
This appears to have been somebody's office. Hell, a fishing lure up there.
You want a t-shirt? And a vacuum. You need a vacuum for anything?
I think this place needs a vacuum. Oh, they got a skylight. Oh, nice. Randolph Roadrunners. Somebody lived here, of course, as they do with houses. Hey, look, a chair. Looks like a good place to cook lunch to me.
You want to cook in here?
It's kind of like this. It reminds me of that haunted asylum a little bit, doesn't it? Like
Yeah.
the dinginess and the abandonedness.
Except the asylum was much more well kept.
That is true. That was a little cleaner.
I'm kind of waiting for an apocalypse so I can live in a place like this. Need air conditioning?
You know, it could be on an episode of The Walking Dead here.
Right?
All right. Well, I haven't checked out the basement yet. I think maybe we could have lunch on the front porch. Might be a little fresher.
Or in the basement. It's pretty nice in there.
Really?
It's pretty nice in there.
All right. Let's check out this basement. The stairs look like they're in okay shape.
I'm waiting for Mom to come pick us up or something and be like, why do you have a basket? Where'd you get a
pretty nice
basket
down
from?
Yeah, facilities. All the luxuries.
Should we check in the freezer?
Oh, God.
Check in the freezer.
All right, Allie, you do it. You do the honors. Is it locked? Nothing, thank God. Old fridge. Thank goodness I did not want to have to report any missing people.
We were trespassing.
Oh, you gotta see the. Did you see the side of this, Allie? Look at this.
What? What is that?
Looks like a snake skin to me.
What's it doing on there?
Apparently there was a snake in here. All right. Life jacket.
You think I'm psycho? You think I'm gone? There's a whole other room as well.
Really? Firewood.
Old microwave.
Oh my gosh. You're looking for old bottles. I think I. Holy shit.
What?
This shadow, like, ran across the ground. It looked like something running across the ground. All right, just be careful. The roof over here is not necessarily very stable. Old milk jug. Another freezer. You know, the sad part is this is in better condition than the one in our garage. Like these old bottles right here.
Put in my basket. Look.
You sure?
No.
We've got miles to go. I think I'll leave them here, and if I ever want to come back.
Is that a candle?
I could light that for
Sweet chips. Pickles.
Pickles. Oh, that I've turned to a candle. A lot of these old jars. Very large old jars. Got any collectors? That looks like
That's rotten.
all right. Old boot. Still has the plug. Imagine if it was operational.
You need a spoon?
I do not. Fortunately, I brought one with me. Okay. So today's lunch, I was feeling a little festive, so I saw an idea on YouTube that was one pot Thanksgiving. So I figured, why not? So we have mashed potatoes, turkey jerky, some breadcrumbs in there, and I forgot the craisins. I was going to add that. They didn't actually tell you to put craisins in, but I thought that would have been a good idea. And then I've got some sweet peas and carrots over there, a little can. Little can here of sweet peas and carrots. So that's lunch. Bon appetit. All right, so we are all done with lunch and on with our exploration. We did find an old 1973 Virginia license plate, and Allie's got a basket with feathers and a fly and
Get out of there.
moss. So everybody's winning. Now we see another little structure over here we're going to check out, but two more structures. Oh, and I'm hiding. Some vines. Certainly got some vines going on here. Figures. I'm not even close to the door. Must be on this side. Here's the door. More jars, if anybody's looking for them. A whole bunch of jars. Something. We go to the next. This one doesn't look as highfalutin as the last one. More like a chicken coop or something. A bird's nest up in here.
A bird's nest. Is there any eggs in it?
I don't know. Another old license plate from 1980. Virginia. They like to collect license plates here. I'm catching on to that fact. You think I see?
There are eggs in it!
Let's see. Oh wow, there are a bunch of eggs in there.
Yeah!
Wonder what kind of eggs they are.
I don't want to get arrested.
Arrested for snatching an egg?
For taking a wild bird egg?
Is that illegal?
Yeah.
I did not know
Unless
if
it's a European starling, house sparrow, or a pigeon. I don't think that's a pigeon. And it's too big to be a sparrow. It could be a starling, but I think they have different colored eggs.
Those were like white eggs, right?
Yeah.
Pretty cool. I mean, I tell you what, wouldn't it be the worst thing in the world to throw a line in there and see like
See what we catch?
see what you catch? Because like I would assume the fish are not used to being fished, you know, they'd probably be very active. They'd be like, food, I'll take it. It almost looks like somebody like dug this up in here. EJ14. It looks fairly like new ribbon too. All right, finding our way out. Like another one. Like almost like something's digging its way up to have a little.
It's the beavers.
Think it's beavers?
No, I don't know what it is, but I'm saying it's beavers because that's the only thing I know lives here.
Whoa.
That looks like a bee's nest. If I ever seen one.
I kind of wonder.
Maybe?
Mole, a mole maybe?
No.
Because it's like mud. It's like large mud
It's too
bits.
high up to be a mole.
So we've decided to bushwhack through the woods here because it seems a bit easier walking than this road out here, which has gotten pretty crazy. So this has been much easier. So this is where we're at, walking through the woods. Eventually we should meet back up with the highway, and hopefully, our hope is there'll be a way to cross the waterway without having to go over the bridge up on the roadway again, so we could just stay out of sight. Time will tell. Every time we see these pink flags, we see that it's a waterway. Damn it. Okay. That sticks.
Your foot wet?
It's really not wet quite yet. It should be though. I mean, doesn't feel wet yet. Where I pushed off from wasn't too great. Nice. Good job. Alright, well, I guess this way. My new shoes are not so new anymore.
Yeah.
Alright, now the woods are getting a little too thick. I think we're gonna end up back on the trail here. Ah. Crikey. A lot of rocks here though. Let me just make sure we're headed in the right direction. Yep. According to the satellite, we are right on the cutout, so, and the marsh is over there, so we do want to kind of stay headed in this direction here. This is all the way all the deer come too. So I think this opening here is the road. So what's left of it anyway. We can hear the highway, so we know we're not too far off. Nature has reclaimed this double track for sure. But it's open enough to still be on the Google satellite image. Still a manhole cover in the middle of nowhere. We got all marsh to the right, and we do have to find a way to get to the other side of that. And like I said before, we're hoping that we don't have to cross over the highway again. Whoa. What do you think that's all about? Just water? Waterfall?
Probably.
It's almost like something got dragged down into the water. Look at that beaver. Look at the beaver, took out that big ass tree.
Yeah.
Just straight down. Pretty cool, beaver, pretty cool. That's all brambles. I think we should go in those woods and up. So we're back on the road again. We're just weaving in and out of it. But the brambles have subsided a little bit. But we always have these little marshy areas to contend with. This is kind of a swamp over here. The road's getting louder, so we're getting closer. This isn't even the water yet. Let's just go around this. Yeah. Do you want to go there and hug the fence on the other side?
Kinda.
Let's do that. we might need to go over that bridge right there, so we'll have to just take a look, see if there's any way to cross under the bridge. I mean, there's really no, it's kind of a long bridge, but there's really no, you want to cross?
Yep.
I assume we're up top, right?
Yeah.
I mean, wouldn't it be cool to take a kayak down here, just explore it? So we're trying to stay in this small patch of woods here as we wrap around the exit. But as it squeezes us in, it gets really tight. And it's hard to navigate through. And I'm hoping that this low section isn't going to eventually be some water we'll have to cross or backtrack on. Now that's a little easier walking, and we could just hop over there with a tree down on a fence back there, but then we don't know if we can get back over. And there's roads up here, so more habitated private property. Yeah, we can try to avoid if we can. Not exactly sure. Should we head out to the easy walking in the grass?
Sure.
I don't know if this is all marshy, but we can certainly check it. Ugh. So we're actually headed back in towards civilization here and the end of our journey. And I think we're gonna get ourselves our special closing treat that we both enjoy. At least I know I am. I don't know what Allie's gonna choose, but we're gonna choose something. There we go. This is the end of our journey today. All right, so we finished our little mini adventure today, and I got a nice refill on my water inside Wawa, as well as my special post hiking treat. Not sponsored, but open to a sponsorship. How'd you? Allie's got her picnic basket. Did you have a good time, Allie?
Yeah.
It was fun.
I enjoyed the abandoned house.
The abandoned house was fun. It's like so interesting to see, you know, something that's just been left to be reclaimed by nature and deteriorate, but still signs of life in there. So anyway, we're waiting for our ride, and fortunately it was supposed to rain today around 2 o'clock. It is almost 3 o'clock and it still hasn't rained, so I think we're good to go. We're just gonna wait for our ride and rest and then finish our day. So see you later. Peace.